I saw Becoming Led Zeppelin. Let me tell you if you are not a Led Zeppelin fan, you will probably not like this movie. Like any music documentary, um, if you're a fan of the band, you're going to love it. If you're not a fan, you may or may not be convinced. But when I was a kid of a certain age, like 13, 14, I discovered Led Zeppelin, probably around the same time I discovered girls. And I had every Led Zeppelin album. I went to sleep at night as a 14-year-old, 13-year-old in junior high with my headphones on, my record player behind my bed, had my headphones on, and I would listen to Zeppelin, Dazed and Confused, Stairway to Heaven. I mean, epic songs. They're unlike any rock band uh I knew of. And some of their albums, I mean, Presence, Led Zeppelin 1, 2, 3, 4, off into you never knew what to expect out of this band. And this movie is an origin story of Led Zeppelin. And what I didn't know is that Jimmy Page was a what they call a studio band who played on many other albums, including like James Bond songs, like Goldfinger. He played on that. So he was a studio player, would come in, just do a job. I'm here to play an instrument. Boom, off to work. And they were in a bunch of bands before each of these people, Robert Plant, Jimmy Page separately, and somehow we're forming a new band. They wanted to evolve into something that had a new sound, something very different. So they really they call this Led Zeppelin Begins. Becoming Led Zeppelin makes sense. It's directed by Bernard McMahon. It is culled together from archival footage. And you see how Jimmy Page met John Paul Jones and Robert Plant kind of came in at the end. He was the last member to join their rise from being the Yardbirds to becoming Led Zeppelin and iconic performances. I saw this movie on a Wednesday in IMAX, sat very close to the screen, and the audience was so into it. I got to say, I was at home. A lot of people my age and much older were rocking out to it. And I never saw Led Zeppelin in concert. I saw a lot of bands when I was a kid. I saw, look, I saw The Who. I saw The Police. I saw Prince. I grew up, in the 80s where I could see these bands. Never saw Led Zeppelin in concert. This movie is the closest thing I could get to seeing Zeppelin in concert, and I effing loved every minute. It's not for everybody. If you're not a Zeppelin fan, probably not going to be for you, but I ate it up and loved every minute. So, I can't if you're not a Zeppelin fan, I can't recommend it. If you're a music fan, maybe. But if you're a Zeppelin fan, you are going to eat this up. And I didn't know a lot about the Zeppelin. There's so many, how many documentaries are there about the Beatles? Like a lot. And so I was happy to get to see this. I might go see it again just because it was just so fun. So there you go. A recommend, a definitely 10 out of 10 if you're a fan. If you're not a fan, don't bother. So overall, an 8 out of 10 for me.
But, okay, so it has to be asked. Poster says experience it in IMAX. What was the IMAX like? Was it worth seeing in IMAX?
Amazing. The archival footage. They showed stadium shows. They showed like kids at their concerts, like holding their ears. It was very funny. So yeah, I love it. IMAX. It was like going to a concert.